Well, hello, U.S. National Park students. Welcome back, and I'm sorry that you are learning this lesson from home. I intended to have class today, but we will just pick back up when we see each other. Until then, let's get into our homework and the next national park. Here we have Denali National Park. We're still in the Pacific Northwest region of the country, and we are still in the state of Alaska. This park was established in 1917, and it's located right like in the middle interior of Alaska. So it's not a coastal park. It's a landlocked, if you will. There's no water nearby, except for the lakes and rivers of the park, but there won't be the ocean. So it's in the middle of Alaska, and it has a very diverse landscape. It's got a subarctic ecosystem. So remember, we learned what ecosystems are. Well, the ecosystem of this park is subarctic, so it's below the Arctic. So it's going to be very cold, and just below that Arctic type of environment. Now, this park has 6 million acres of land in this park, not the largest. You learned about that last week. And this is home to North America's tallest mountain peak. Okay, so let's talk about what it's like to visit this park if you were to go with your family. First thing you need to know is that there is a fee to enter the park. It's not free. It is a $15 fee, and it is open in the winter. You start at the visitor center, where you're going to start by watching a film about Denali National Park. One of the best ways to see the park, it costs a lot of money, but is called flight seeing, which is to take a helicopter or a plane tour above the park and see the beautiful mountain peaks and the valley. In summer, you can hike trails. Trails are there that are easy, and then there are more difficult ones for the seasoned hikers. In summer, go see the sled dogs. Visitors can watch sled dog demonstrations. I have a little video for you during a summer visit. And then the best way to see the park is really with a bus tour that takes you all throughout the different parts of the park where there is wildlife viewing. You might see grizzly bears, moose, caribou, Dall sheep, and wolves. Let's watch a little video on the best way to see the park.
Planning a trip to Denali National Park? Here are 5 epic things you've got to do in Alaska's wildest frontier. Number 1, Denali Park Road. Most people only drive the first 15 miles, but hop on a park shuttle to go deeper. You'll get front row seats to massive valleys, glacial rivers, and maybe a grizzly or two. Number 2, visit the sled dog kennel. Denali has its own working sled dog team, the only one in the national park system. You can meet the dogs, see demos, and yes, puppy pets are included. Number 3, flight seeing over Denali. This one's a splurge, but worth every penny. Fly over massive glaciers, and if the skies are clear, you'll see Denali from above. Unreal. Number 4, hike the Savage River Trail. For something accessible but beautiful, try the Savage River Loop. It's just 2 miles and wraps around a crystal clear alpine river. Number 5, raft the Nenana River. End your trip with an adrenaline rush. Whitewater rafting down the Nenana River with glacier views and icy splashes. Whether you're in it for the wildlife, the views, or the adventure, Denali doesn't disappoint.
Now let's talk about the mountain itself. This is Denali Mountain. Or is it? Let's find out. This is the highest peak in North America. It reaches 20,310 feet from sea level. Now remember that sea level is what we use as a starting point for measuring height. So it's the highest peak in North America. That's in United States and Canada. The name Denali means tall one or the high one in the language of the native people to this area. It's part of a range of mountains, a mountain range called the Alaska Range, and it's 600 miles long 600-mile range long of mountains. The mountain itself is estimated to be 56 million years old. Yes, there are scientists that can study how old a mountain is. And the scientists believe that the mountain is still growing today. See how tall it gets. Now, its former name is Mount McKinley. And we're going to find out why it's Mount McKinley, or is it Mount Denali, or is it Mount McKinley? Okay, now let's delve into the Denali name. So this name has been debated for decades. Let's start first. In 1896, well, before 1896, it was always known as Denali by the native people of the land, meaning the tall one. And then in 1896, there was a gold prospector that came to the area, and he named the mountain after the U.S. President William McKinley. And then in 1917, as the government was starting to make efforts to protect the area and make it a national park, they called it officially Mount McKinley. Then, in 2015, many years later, President Barack Obama changed the name from McKinley to Denali in order to recognize the native name of the mountain. And just recently, last year, President Trump reverted the name now back to Mount McKinley. So it's Mount McKinley and Mount Denali. All right, let's talk about flora in this national park. The first one we're going to learn about is in the lowland region. So remember we learned a few weeks ago about different regions of the parks, lower, then subalpine and alpine. This is in the lower region. Here you're going to find spruce trees. Spruce trees are evergreen conifers. From your vocabulary words, you know that conifer means a cone-bearing tree. So those cones are going to be on the tree, and it's evergreen, so it's not going to turn colors. It is native to the park. Spruce trees are pyramid-shaped evergreen conifers known for their four-sided sharp needles attached to individually to branches and downward hanging cones. Now these trees thrive in cold northern temperatures, so it's perfect for the state of Alaska where you're going to be cold. They are commonly used as landscape trees in our home neighborhoods. So if you see a spruce around, it's going to be put there for landscaping purposes. It's great for land where you have to have like a windbreaker. If you're in a windy spot like I am in my house, we might put some spruce trees up on that space because they're great for breaking the wind from your yard. They're also used for lumber, and used for Christmas trees. There are different types of spruce trees: blue spruce, Norway spruce, white spruce, black spruce, and red spruce. These trees reach massive heights. They can be not as big, obviously, as the sequoias and the big giants that we've learned about. They're only going to grow about 60 to 80 feet tall, but still, that's pretty tall. These trees are also known for their strong timber. They can be used in construction. They can be also used for paper making. And red spruce is highly coveted and used for musical instruments. And these trees can live long years. They can live up to 100 years. All right, now we're moving to the next region. Let's look at the flora in this region. This is called the subalpine region, so just below the alpine. It's like in the middle. And this is a dwarf birch. So what is that? Well, this is a cold-hardy, deciduous shrub. Okay, deciduous, so it drops its leaves. Deciduous shrub, native to the Arctic and alpine areas. It really only grows a half an inch to 3 feet tall, so it's kind of short. And it's known for being a hardy shrub, so it can, survive in harsh conditions. It has small, round leaves that turn a brilliant red and orange in autumn. So the picture you're looking at there, that would be from autumn. They're slow growing. Particularly the first 5 years of their life, they grow really slow. So this is a dwarf birch. Okay, and now we're up at the higher region. This is called the alpine region. In the alpine region, you are going to find mountain avens. Aren't they beautiful? These are a low-growing species in the rose family. So they're cousins with roses. They're hardy, and they exist really well in that Arctic alpine area, and they're called perennials. Perennials means that they're going to return season after season. They're going to regrow each season. They're known for their ability to thrive in harsh, cold environments. Another fact about these beautiful flowers is that the Dall sheep that you're going to learn about soon, they love to eat them. They're found along mountain ridges in the alpine area, and they're white with 8-petaled flowers and a beautiful yellow golden center. All right, park rangers, now we're going to move on to fauna. You're going to learn about the big 5, okay? We've already learned about some of these animals, but all these 5 animals survive and thrive in Denali National Park. They're known as the big 5, and what better way for me to show them to you but with a little video. Here's an overview of what animals, these are particularly mammals, that are in this park. Grizzly bears, moose, caribou, Dall sheep, and wolves. Let's take a look.
Adventure seekers, today we're diving deep into the heart of Denali National Park to explore its legendary Big 5.
Now, Mimi, I'm always up for a wild adventure, but what exactly is Denali's Big 5?
Well, gee, similar to the African Big 5, the Denali Big 5 is a list of iconic animals that you can spot in the park. So let's break it down.
Moose, the gentle giants of the forest. I remember seeing one walking by our bus in Denali that was higher than the bus window.
Moose are the most prominent members of the deer family and can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. They're also excellent swimmers.
Grizzly bear, now that's where it gets exciting. Grizzly bears are the apex predators of Denali.
They are incredible hunters capable of catching salmon with lightning-fast reflexes. Remember, always keep a safe distance and never approach a boom.
Those guys are lightning fast. They're faster than deer for short bursts.
You can't outrun them.
Nope. And then when you do run, they think you're prey, so they're sure coming to see you then. Dall sheep, these guys are Denali's mountain goats. They can climb nearly any cliff face.
Their thick white coats help them blend in with the snowy landscape.
Caribou! Caribou are the nomads of the Arctic. They migrate hundreds of miles each year in search of food. G was so ignorant, I actually thought they were elk the first time that we saw them.
Their antlers are truly impressive, especially during rutting season.
They are. Wolves, the silent hunters of the wilderness. They're highly intelligent and work together as a pack to bring down large prey.
And their eerie howls can send chills down your spine.
So there you have it, folks, the Denali Big 5.
They are big. Want to see more of our Alaskan adventures?
Click here and we'll
And that about wraps it up for this park. So for your homework, this is what I'd like you to do. Fill in your Denali National Park template. Okay, put at least 2 interesting facts on that template. And then color. With your homework, there is a coloring page for Denali National Park that features some of the flora and the fauna. Give that some great color and do your best, and we're going to put that into our notebooks. And then finally, I created something called a Quizlet. So if you haven't used Quizlet before, your parents should help you get to the website with the link that I provided, and all the vocabulary words are in there. So you can play little games. There's matching games, quiz games, just a flip 3x5 card game that you can use to help you learn the vocabulary words for this class, and I'll add any new ones as we go along. But just spend a few minutes having fun playing some games and learning or relearning the vocabulary that we've learned so far in class. And hopefully I will see you next Monday, where we're going to try to finish the state of Alaska.